Hello everyone, this is Ravindra Dundra and welcome back to my channel. In this lecture, we are going to discuss class 10 CBSE Geography chapter number 6, that is manufacturing industries. In the previous lectures about this chapter, we have discussed about mineral based industries and we have also seen about this aluminum industry, what are the challenges they are facing and what factors will affect the location of these industries. So now in continuation with that, the next topic which we are going to discuss is about chemical industries. So in these chemical industries, especially if we take in India, these are the fastest growing and diversifying industries in the country. So let us see what kind of things are manufactured under this chemical industries. So basically, as I have told, it is the fastest growing and diversifying industry, and at the same time the next thing is it comprises large and small scale industries. That means chemical industries can be small scale, at the same time can be large scale. Hope you know what are these small scale as well as large scale industries. Then the next very important thing is that every chemical industry, if you take mostly they consist two varieties of industries. One is inorganic chemicals in our inorganic chemical industry, and the other one is organic chemical industry. So first let us see what are the things or the chemicals that come under this inorganic industries. So inorganic chemistry, it includes this sulfuric acid, nitric acid, alkalis as well as this soda ash. And this sulfuric acid is used for many purposes, maybe synthetic fibers or fertilizers or dyes, or it can be any other thing. Mostly are manufactured by using this sulfuric acid. Then we have nitric acid, alkalis as well as soda ash, which is also used in manufacturing soap as well as this glass. Then coming to this organic chemicals, what are the things that can be manufactured under this organic chemicals is that it includes this petrochemicals. Mainly these petrochemicals are used in this pharmaceutical, adhesives, paints, synthetic fibers. So like this variety of things are being manufactured under this organic chemicals by using these petrochemicals. And under this it includes this synthetic fibers, synthetic rubber is also manufactured by using these petrochemicals. And at the same time these organic chemical plants are located near petrochemical industries. That means wherever these petrochemical industries are there, mostly these organic chemical industries are located on the surroundings of these petrochemical industries. Why? Because these organic industries, they mostly depend upon these petrochemicals. So, and very important thing about this chemical industries is that India, or you can say any petrolic in India, or not only in India, in any other country, the petrochemical industries, or you can say the chemical industries, they produce a large amount of chemicals, and at the same time they consume the large amount of these chemicals. So they are the producers, at the same time they are the consumers of these chemicals. So next we will see about this fertilizer industry. Let us discuss about this fertilizer industries. So fertilizer industries is also one of the expanding and more demanding industries nowadays in the country. So let us see what kind of fertilizers are produced under this fertilizer industry. So mainly this fertilizer industry, it produces nitrogenous fertilizers such as urea, where most of the farmers use this urea, and at the same time phosphatic fertilizers as well as this ammonium phosphate. And at the same time these industries also produce this complex fertilizers. That means it produces by using some of the combination of chemicals. So what kind of things are combined in order to produce these complex fertilizers are, one is the nitrogen, the phosphate as well as this potash. So by using these three things, some of the complex fertilizers are also being produced, and among these one of these, that is potash, is actually not available in India. Therefore we need to import from other parts of this world, that means from the other countries. So since it is not available in India, then when it has been started expanding, that means when the fertilizer industry has started growing, is that it is after this something known as this green revolution. So this green revolution, it was introduced or it was brought during 1960s by you all know very well, MS Swaminathan. So when this green revolution has been started, people started using this HYV seeds, high yielding variety seeds. So these seeds, they require a lot of chemicals. So therefore this fertilizer industry, it has been started expanding more and more. Then some of the states which are producing the more and more number of fertilizers are states such as Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Kerala. So these states, they produce almost 50% of the total fertilizers available in the country. And not only this, there are some other states such as you take Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Bihar and other states, they also produce. But the states which here mentioned, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, UP, Punjab and Kerala, they contribute more and more towards the fertilizer industry. So next we will discuss about this cement industry. Let us discuss about this cement industry. So cement industry, as you all know, it is one of the fastest growing as well as fastest expanding industry in the country. So the reasons are, as you all know, that it is highly essential for this construction activity, and you all know construction is an evergreen activity. So therefore, since the construction is essential, the cement is essential for construction, so the cement industry is being expanded more and more every day. And this cement industry, it requires heavy and bulky raw materials. So let us see what are the raw materials. So the raw materials required for the production of this cement are, one is this limestone, silica as well as this gypsum. So these are the main raw material which are required for the production of this cement. Apart from that, it also requires coal and electric power. That means not only limestone, silica and gypsum, but this cement industry, it also requires this coal as well as this electric power. And you can see this cement industry, it is mainly located in the state of Gujarat, and the reasons are that since the Gujarat is located in the coastal area and which is very close to this Gulf countries, and in the Gulf countries, that means countries such as this Iran, Iraq, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Dubai. So in these countries there is a more and more demand for this cement. So therefore most of the industries, they are located in Gujarat due to the market in Gulf countries. And if you can see, the first and foremost industry for the first time when in India a cement industry was set up, it was set up in the year 1904 in this Chennai. And after independence, that means after 1947, this industry is being started expanding. But for the first time ever in India, the cement industry was set up in the year 1904 in Chennai. And as you see, after independence, the industry has been started expanding. And what are the countries which are mainly importing this cement from India are where India has created more demand for this cement in the other countries are countries such as, you can take East Asian countries, Middle East countries, Africa and South Asia. So we have created, that means Indian cement industry has created a very good demand for the cement in these countries, in the part of East Asia, Middle East, Africa as well as this South Africa. And again, once again, it is the fastest growing industry in the country and at the same time in the world also. So next we will discuss about automobile industry. Let us discuss about the next very important industry, that is automobile industry. So this automobile industry, it provides vehicles for transportation of goods, services and at the same time transportation of passengers. So let us see what kind of vehicles are manufactured under this automobile industry. So as you see, it provides vehicles for transportation of goods and services, and the vehicles which are manufactured in this are trucks, buses, cars, bikes, etc., etc. So a variety of vehicles are manufactured to transport goods as well as to transport services and also passengers. And this industry, that means this automobile industry, after liberalization, new models arrived and stimulated more demand. So what do you mean by this liberalization? Liberalization means opening the opportunities for other countries to come and invest in our country and to set up their industries. So because of this, what happened, new technologies arrived, new models have been arrived in the country, and which has created more and more demand for this automobile industry. People started preferring more and more new models, new vehicles, new cars. So you see, new models in cars and bikes have been arrived. That means most of the people, they started demanding for new types of cars as well as bikes. And this industry is mainly located, that means in which parts of the country it is located is that it is mainly located in Delhi, Gurugram, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad, Jamshedpur and Bangalore. So these are the places where this automobile industry is located, and they produce a variety of vehicles, maybe cars, buses, trucks, or bikes, it can be anything. So next we will discuss about this information and technology industry. Let us discuss about this in the information technology and electronics industry. So as you all know that information technology, it means mainly it is a industry which is developing the softwares as well as software industries. And when it comes to this electronic industry, it covers a large variety of products from transitor sets to TV, phones, cells, radars, computers, etc. So a large variety of electronic goods are produced in this electronics industry. And this, among all the places in India, one of the place is the leading producer in this electronic industries or electronic goods, and that is the Bengaluru. So that's therefore this Bengaluru is known as the electronic capital of India, since it is producing a large variety of electronic goods. And not only this Bengaluru, but the places such as other places such as Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Pune, Delhi, as well as this other places, they produce large variety of electronic goods, but among them Bengaluru is the leading producer of these electronic goods. And the main impact of this information technology and electronic industry is that it is this employment generation. That means a lot of employment is being generated under this information, or I can say IT industry as well as electronics industry. And the main key to the success of this IT as well as electronic industry is that it is because of the growth in hardware as well as software industry. So nowadays you see day by day new software companies or new companies are being arrived, and at the same time you can also take this more and more hardware is also being developed. So because of the growth in hardware as well as software technology, this industry is successful in generating employment as well as contributing to the economy. So with this we have completed about this industries. So in the next lecture we will discuss about industrial pollution as well as environmental degradation. Thank you.